Let's talk about how to make an automatically updating attribute in Python. Now we have a rectangle class that when we call it, we'll get a rectangle object that has a width, a height, and an area. Now, if we wanted to consider it acceptable to change the width or the height of an existing rectangle, we might have a problem because the area doesn't change automatically. And the reason for this is that we only assign to the area one time in our initializer method. So when we first make a rectangle, we set its area, and that's it. Now, in a lot of programming languages, it's common to fix this problem by making a getter method. So instead of an area attribute, we've made a method that might be called getArea, or maybe it'll just be called area. And when we access area now, we'll see a bound method. So we can't just say rect.area anymore. We have to call the area method in order to get a result. But if we update the width of our rectangle object and we call the area method, it will recompute our area and give us back the correct result. Now in Python, this is not a very common way to solve this problem. Instead of making a getter method, we tend to use a property. So this is called the property decorator. It's a decorator because this little at syntax. When we use the property decorator, it will make what was previously a method into a property. So if we make a rectangle object just like before, and we access the area attribute, unlike before, we don't need to put parentheses. In fact, we can't put parentheses. Simply by accessing the area attribute, we get our answer, which means if we change the width or the height and we access area again, it recomputes the area automatically. So what Python does is it doesn't actually store the area attribute anywhere. Instead, every time the area attribute is accessed, it calls this function and gives us back whatever the return value is automatically, simply by accessing this attribute. So if you want to make an attribute on an object in Python that updates automatically, you can use a property.